Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back up here. And I'm gonna be trying to zip this up pretty quick for it. But I want to say thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the subscribing, and welcome to the new subscribers up here. I had an interesting question that rise up over the times, and the question is what time do you using, guys? What time do I use for this chart and so on. And if you are an astrology wise, you can go ahead and look at the ascendant and the midheaven at 7 o'clock in the morning around the world. You can see kind of like a very much the same kind of like a type of things. And that's what I go by. I mean, there is a slight differences in there, but overall, the energy is basically okay. So, with that being said, what is it going on in the sky? What is it, the things that are going on? And talking about those energies for it, I mean, you are going to see them. You're going to see them. The moon is going to create this extra pressure. The moon is in Aquarius, is going to be joining Mars. Then after that, it's going to be between them, which is there's going to be a trouble in the paradise, which talking about this Mars Venus energies. And the moon is going to be playing like a mediator. But there's going to be this time when at the end, about 11 o'clock, when at the midheaven it's going to be at Leo, it's going to be opposing those energies, and the ascendant that is going to be at Scorpio is going to be squaring Mars. And overall at night, the things may be not going to be okay. But looking at the Tendat energies in there, there's going to be some good lessons of what did you evolve, what do you see, what are you facing. And by the way, it's a March 8th, so to all the females who are celebrating the 8th of March, International Day of the Woman, congratulations. Hopefully you enjoy it and so on. And thinking about within those energies, guys, one thing, one thing I want you to be looking at there is you, okay? How you reacting on those energies? Because currently there is a lot of going on as far as that healing of the shadow. Okay, pay more attention to the shadow. The shadow has the answers for all. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to give you the chart and we are going to go through it. So here is. That is your chart. This is going to be at 7 o'clock as you seeing it right in here. That is where the moon is. And she's matching with Mars. They're both at 18 degrees, 34 minutes. In the morning, you're not maybe gonna like it. You may not gonna like what's going on, what the universe has for you, what the universe is giving you. But the universe is asking you, are you strength enough to face, that karma within yourself? Can you look at in your shadow and don't fighting your authority or authorizations and so on? But look at it, can you do something with the universe and leave the hands in the universe in there because he knows who to teach, he knows what the authority is. That is going to be a lesson for some. But at the same time, Pluto is right in here with the ascendant. Pluto is kind of like a waiting for everyone to comes in into that first degree of Aries to give you that new transformations, to give you this energies that it's needed to be. And you're going to feel it. Every planet that it's going to be crossing from Pisces into Aries, it's going to have this energies of transformation. So this is going to be overall the energy of 7 o'clock. at 8 o'clock. There is going to be this kite, pretty much similar as yesterday. For it is a lot of going on with this Virgo Lilith right in here. As you see it, she's taking this energies properly, and there is not much stress. There is not. It's the usual stuff, but you see it that your emotions is right in here. That is it, the moon. And as the moon is going to begin to progress, she's putting pressure on Mars, is putting pressures on at Jupiter and Uranus of what the thing is. If you acting on this, the moon does not really have positive aspects of this point, except that sextile with the North Node. So you may gonna be getting it into the situations, but be mindful about don't put pressure on the masculine. Those are needed right now. He's already plenty enough. Jupiter and Uranus, they give enough headaches into Mars. The last thing he's gonna want is a feminine side over his shoulders. It's like a mom is trying to schooling its son, and it's like, I don't need this right now. I got some bigger fish to fry. That will be me. All right, so talking about the next hour, the ascendant goes into Gemini, beautiful energies because midheaven is with Pluto in there. There is not much really is going to be you learning how to be friends. That's it. That's pretty much it. You already know all the rest of the energies. They haven't changed. The only thing that it's really is changing is this right here. One thing you should patient looking at with yourself is what you are looking within mysteries of the world right now within you at the end, when at the world ending, right in here at Pisces, you have a Mercury and Neptune conjunctions. What do you see? What do you say? What do you look? Okay? Because if you're currently listening at the moon and that intuitions, oh boy, there's nothing good is coming up out of that. That's what is the troubles in the paradise. All right, so we're talking about the ascendant at Gemini. He's gonna help in here, but with that help, you see these red lines up here. It's even increasing because of the midheaven comes in, joins Mars, and all these energies of Aquarius. Yes, if you're in the age of Aquarius and you're trying to fit within the 3D, oh my God, wish you good luck. It's not easy. Just coming in here with all the advanced learnings and advanced stuff and the advanced way of you knowing things. And now there is no support in 3D. You're like, oh my God, what should I do? Starting from the ground zero. That's all I can do. You're down on the earth and you're starting from the ground zero. Start to build things that you need to supposed to build. And speaking of those energies, that's gonna be calmed down after that. The midheaven, it's with Venus. It's not much as you see it, it's going on of those energies. The ascendant at the Cancer is not really helping anymore. That was not like the previous days, but that will be changed within the next hour as you see it right now that the ascendant takes the stage. Okay, the ascendant takes the stage and it's really giving you power of this authority, learning, and the inner work that needs to be done within Pisces. It's time to let it go, these Pisces energies from within. A lot of divine energies, they're going to be pointing towards Mars and the moon right here. They're going to be coming, and it's like, hey, look at that family situations. You're working on the family. It's all going to be good. It's gonna be all right. You are working on this. Okay. Yes, you're gonna facing the challenges from Jupiter and Uranus, but they're not gonna be forever. They're not gonna be forever, but they're gonna test in your strength. They're gonna test in your anger. They're gonna be testing everything inside of you as a masculine or toxic masculine energies. And the purge is there. You're gonna feel it. You've been feeling it, that energy is they are. And they are being like this. All right, so talking about the next hour, which is going to be at 1 o'clock, that is it. This beautiful trine that it's trine that comes in, it's going to be for a little bit, but shows you that transition because the midheaven is right in here, and the first degrees of Aries, it's basically at 2 degrees and 8 minutes in there, and Pluto is sextile in that, and that's what Pluto is telling you. Hey, new things are coming. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're gonna ending all these Pisces. You're gonna be ending all these fights. All you have to focus is in your own new beginning. You don't focus on the new beginning. You will bring in the past with you. And we're gonna talk about this past right in here. Is the past repeating itself? I think it is. You let me know for you if the past is really repeating for you. But talking about the next hour, this is gonna be one of the ascendant is gonna be at Leo. That is not going to trigger so many stuff except Jupiter, but there's going to be a divine energies with Saturn. And something has to be learned with the growth. Something has to be healed here with the midheaven that is it together with Chiron. What that is, have you stay in the one trauma, and that trauma stays with you, and you're carrying it with you until today. Well, heal that, drop that trauma because it's going to be healed and move forward. That's what Saturn is going to teach you. Don't forget about it. Saturn is the karmic ruler. And this energy, I want you to pay attention on it. That's at 3 o'clock. You're going to have that similar energies in there at 11 p.m. And through that triangle right here, this red triangle, this T-square with Uranus, you're going to feel like the universe is just punishing you. The universe just taking you. The universe telling you something. The universe is asking you to face your adversities here. It's like it's not your time or it's too early and it's so on and so on. And inside of it is, know what? I'm going to be doing what I'm supposed to do. And that energy from Leo is about to get the courage, the strength to pull that off, not to fight, but to pull that off. But are you going to be wise enough to that? Because the authority is within you. That is it, the sun, divine energies with the ascendant. It's going to be this energy, particularly for a very little limited time, from about like maybe 15 minutes before 3 o'clock and 15 minutes after. But after that energy is just going to be vanish in the thin air. All right, so talking about another divine energies, after you learn the wisdoms and everything, they're the ascendant. Okay, the ascendant is at 29 degrees 49 minutes, almost walking out of Leo, going into Virgo. You see it that there is a divine energies with Pluto and Neptune. You're gonna see the divine energies, not to fight Venus, not to be doing all this, but it is about you to heal that Venus. That Venus was where? Right here, when it was retrograde, at the end. And she learned a lot. Now she's on the other side, right? What did you learn? Are you perform what you learned? Because if you're not, the universe says like you need to learn more. You're gonna find out when the Venus person is gonna join Saturn. Usually, Venus when join Saturn in there, two things could happen in there. You have a lack of love, and Venus Saturn aspects. It's talking about the self restrictions. It's like you go into the monk mode. And I don't worry about the outside world. The only thing about is my spirit. And Saturn is like, really, I'm going to be teaching you that there is not only that. And now, currently, because this is going to be at Pisces, this is going to be a lot of spiritual work done, a lot of limitations to go. But that's what this is. It is about not to limit yourself, but seeing your limits and go over. Have you? And here is talking about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The ascendant is at Virgo there. The midheaven is at Gemini. That energy is still very powerful with the earth energies. Very powerful here with very powerful energy. We're talking about Uranus and Jupiter, and that it comes in right in here towards the Sun and Saturn. And that energy is going to be telling you, do your work, heal, you need to go. And if you feel like you're running out of time, you're probably running out of time. Why? Who is telling you running out of time? Chiron and the North Node. They are going to be telling you all this energies towards Mars. Action, 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 actions. Act now, act now. Not tomorrow, now. All right, so talking about this energy, you're already familiar with it. We've been through a lot of this energies in there. You're gonna feel this powers again for it. That's gonna be it. So about 30 minutes facing your authority. You don't want to look at your shadow. You don't want to look underneath the rock. You don't want somebody to tell you, hey, you're like this, like this, like this, because you already know who you are. But do you know who you are in the shadow? Because that's where the shadow's rising. So basically, if you're looking at in there, if you the light is behind you, the shadow goes in front of you, and you see your shadow. It is the same thing. Okay, the shadow's gonna be rising within the light, but there's gonna be really the light, or the sun goes down. Is the sun goes down, and now the shadow it's rising within your consciousness, within you start talking to you. Oh, did you forget that you're like this and you did that on purpose? What it was bad. Do you remember these things that go ahead and hide about yourself? And now these things that you hide about yourself, they're hurting you. Did you remember that 10 years ago you did this and this? Do you remember 20 years ago we did this and this? That's kind of like this kind of like a consciousness in there. But that's gonna trigger the feminine energies because the moon and Venus coming together. The moon is 25 degrees and Venus is 26. There could be a situations mother-daughter thinking in there. They are not happy with the universe. Yeah, it is what it is. All right, talking about the next hour, which is not going to be at 7 p.m. In there. The ascendant goes into Libra, and that is it, opposing this energies up here. Very interesting. How come all those? Yeah, all right. I didn't see it that on the screen. I was like confused a little bit. Like, how come Venus moved up here, but that it's Mercury and it's hiding its right in here? And Neptune and Mercury, you don't want to talk about certain things, especially when you're Libra. You don't want to talk about it. You don't want to talk about imbalancing stuff. You already know that your transformations is needed to balance the stuff. And you know the stuff is not balanced. You know the situations is not great. But you have that fate with Pluto. Pay attention with where in your chart where the Pluto is. Okay. Probably some of your kids, they have a Pluto in Capricorn or Sag. Some of you probably have Pluto right in here at Scorpio right now. And you're wondering what is it going on in there. Some of your parents, they either have a Pluto that is at Libra or Pluto at Virgo. What is that gotta tell you with this? Do you have the balance with them? Do you have something to do with them? Did you transform of what did I achieved so you can achieve? How's your kids reacting here? If you have a like few years old, like 6 or 7 years old kids, how they acting and reacting up here? The one is going to be very powerful. The other one, they think that the world's owning everything to them and everyone is have to serving them. They're too bossy. You're learning that positions. All right, talking about the next hour, which is going to be at 8 p.m. That is going to be the time about these karma situations. Jupiter is in divine energies with the ascendant, and at the same time that energy goes back into Saturn. This energies right there is maintaining the balance, but the balance is not supposed to be maintained because there is no balance between the past and what you can achieve in the future. If your focus of this energy here, by the way, this is it about the past facing the future. And what is this? The family right here, of the inner work that you are doing in there. But if you are focused so much into the future, what's happening with this energy? You're missing the lessons, isn't there? So your lesson is from Jupiter, and at the same time, right in here, it's Saturn. Growth through limitations. Go through lack of something happen. Go and see beyond the veil. All right, talking about 9 o'clock p.m. Energy, the ascendant still in Libra is going to be opposing, but that's normal up here with the North Node. You facing those challenges in there, but that is putting the energies of balance, and it says like it's time to work this out. Okay, it's time to work this out. There's got to be a balance within the karma. It's got to be the balance within this. This shadow should not anymore affecting there. And looking at those energies up here, some of you is gonna have this love coming from nowhere. That it's coming from who? That's where it comes from. From who? From you. You're loving yourself. All right, so talking about the 10 o'clock, not much, pretty much going on, except that this mid-cabinet Leo is going to put these pressures in here. It's telling you, I'm fighting the universe, I'm fighting the growth, and that is going to be fighting here between Venus and Mars, and I can win whatever I want to. Usually, that is the situations where a third party wants something to achieve and creates things between two people. What is the third party is, though? You're about to find out. So talking about these energies here, that the ascendant also comes in at Scorpio, and this is why, guys, just be very watch out between these hours. Okay, that is the time when somebody maybe is going to really, really, really steer the pot, if you know what I mean by that. Things that are beyond your control, but they all have a divine purpose. Everyone's going to learn something from it. And talking about it, the ascendant is going to be here, that it's opposing Jupiter and that it's squaring Mars. That's what I'm talking about. Don't go against the masculine energies because the same time, this midheaven here from Leo, it is opposing the moon and Venus of the feminine. This is talks about like too many internal conflicts in a personal level, but it's also talking about that you can have internal conflicts with people, communications, lack of growth, don't believe in the universe, don't getting in everything. And the karma is here is like, I'm calling you, move forward. That's what this synchronization aspect is. That's what this yacht is. That's what this Lilith is here in Virgo to heal the old patterns of the old world, acting prematurely, acting on the physical level, acting on the emotional, psychological level. But if you acting of going and creating your future karma, your creations is gonna bringing different results because you are the creator. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Beloved guys.